I'm sharing my secret for how to cook shirataki noodles, and I've got 2 delicious recipes you guys are gonna love. Let's get cooking. First recipe we are going to tackle today is my tuna and shirataki noodle salad with toasted sesame dressing. I've got some shirataki noodles here. I actually got these from Thrive Market. Thrive Market calls them their wonder noodles. Shirataki noodles are made from konjac flour. Konjac is also referred to as an elephant yam. It's grown in Asia. It's used in Asian cuisine to make things like shirataki rice, shirataki noodles, a very, very, very low carb, zero net carb food. Has become very, very popular in the low carb community, and it's just a really delicious option. They're super high in fiber. The carbohydrate that is in these noodles is just fiber, so you know, the thought is that the fiber just kind of passes through us and it's not something that we really absorb, but it feeds our good gut bacteria, and these are very, very low in calories. So for this one package, it's only 20 calories versus like a typical 2-ounce portion of pasta is going to be around 200 calories. Still, these are really satisfying, and because of the fiber, they keep you really full. So these sound amazing, right? The thing is, they have kind of a funky taste. So I have so many people tell me that they try these and they're like, how do you get rid of the funky taste? So I'm going to show you how to do that. So what I do to get rid of the funky taste and prep these shirataki noodles before they go into a recipe is I boil them. Rinse and drain them first. So take them out of their package, drain all the liquid that's in there, give them a good rinse under cold water, and then I actually put them in a little bath. Put them in like a simmering water bath in just a small saucepan that I have right here. I go in for like 2 to 3 minutes. So it's still faster than like cooking regular pasta, which usually takes 10 to 12 minutes. Additional step that really makes a difference. So we're gonna boil them for about 2 to 3 minutes, rinse and drain them again, and then they are ready for our recipe. And that unpleasant taste slash smell is pretty much gone. I have my noodles that are all prepped and ready now. You can give them another rinse again if you want to kind of cool them down, but totally up to you and whatever the dish is going to be, if it's going to be warm, if it's going to be cool. So I did give mine a quick rinse of cold water and just added them to the bowl that we're going to be making our tuna and noodle salad in. So we're just going to set that to the side, and we are going to focus on the vegetables that are going to go into the salad. I have about 1/2 cup of shredded green cabbage. I have about 1/2 cup of really thinly sliced red bell pepper, and then I'm also going to add can you guess what this is? Anybody? Anybody? A watermelon radish. So of course you can use regular radish. I love these watermelon radishes. I got 2 huge bags of them in my CSA farm box, so I need to use them up, and I love the crunch that they have. I love regular radishes too, but I find these are actually a little bit more mild. They're not as like spicy as a regular radish to me. I don't know, so I really like them. I think you can actually eat the skin, but I just prefer to peel it off. The most beautiful magenta pink color. I love it in a salad because the color is so beautiful. I'm just gonna chop that and slice it really thin, just like I did the other vegetables. It's nice when you make a salad for all the components to kind of be the same size and same thickness, if that makes sense. It just makes for a better mouth experience, I guess. I'm just gonna go ahead and add them to the bowl. This is such a fast recipe. Shirataki noodles, they come in lots of different shapes and sizes. They come in like a rice shape. They come in fettuccine. The ones that I'm using today are spaghetti, but I've got an angel hair before. I actually really like the fettuccine. I think that is my favorite. You can cut the noodles, like if they're too long, you can cut them to whatever size you want them to be. I mean, they're so versatile. I'm gonna slide that to the side. Time to make our toasted sesame dressing. And this has double sesame in it because we are using tahini as the base. Tahini is just raw ground sesame seeds, and we need about 2 tablespoons. And I honestly, when I make this recipe, I just eyeball it. I'm not very exact. When I'm not baking, I'm not exact at all. And we need 1 tablespoon of coconut aminos. This is gonna be our salt for the salad, so really good hefty tablespoon of the coconut aminos. You could also use gluten-free tamari or soy sauce, very similar. Then we need 1/2 teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. Toasted sesame oil is potent. It is a very strong flavor, so half a teaspoon will do ya. On the consistency of your tahini, sometimes they're really, really thick, like the consistency of peanut butter. Sometimes they're very thin and runny. Mine's pretty thin and runny, so I think we're gonna get away with not needing to add any water, but you can add like a spoonful of water if you need to kind of thin it out. Oh, it smells so good. I think the protein that goes really, really well with the sesame flavor is tuna. Of course, if you have fresh tuna, use that. I am using canned tuna because this is like a quick lunch that I make all the time, so I always have canned skipjack tuna on hand. Try to find wild caught and pole and line caught if I can. It's a little bit more of a sustainable choice. The skipjack tuna, it's a little bit of a smaller tuna, so it's gonna be lower in mercury. I need to drain my tuna and then we can add it to the salad. I'm going to use my fork to flake the tuna from the can into the salad. All right, check on our dressing. Just give it another little stir and go ahead and add it right into our salad. I'll just give it a toss to make sure all the noodles and all the veggies are coated in some dressing. A fresh but really hearty salad. You're getting the fiber from the noodles and the veggies. You're getting some healthy fat from the tahini and the sesame oil. Getting great protein from the tuna. All my favorite things in this dish. Should I try a bite? I think I should. I don't think I can resist, honestly. All right, I want lots of noodles, lots of veg. It's so crunchy. Toasted sesame oil. This is to die for. One of my favorite ways to use Shirataki noodles. Sally's joining me for our next recipe, aren't you, honey? Maybe not. I started at my next recipe using Shirataki noodles, and this one is a pesto chicken noodle salad. Already prepped my Shirataki noodles using the method that we talked about before. Rinsed and drained them, boiled them for 2 to 3 minutes, and then drained them again and went ahead and added them right to my bowl. For the protein in this recipe, we are using chicken. Just use an Instant Pot recipe to cook chicken breast super duper fast. I'll leave a link to that recipe down below, but it's super easy if you do happen to have an Instant Pot. But you can use rotisserie chicken that's left over. Use any type of chicken you like. Chicken sausage might be really good in this. Use chicken breast that just to season with a little bit of salt and pepper, and you can shred it if you like. I'm just giving it a really rough chop. It's so tender when I do it in the Instant Pot. I absolutely love it. I really try to be very thoughtful in where I get my proteins from. This chicken is actually something I order from Thrive Market. It's from pasture-raised farms. There's a local pasture-raised farm that I love to get my chicken from as well. I really love to support local farmers if I can. Love getting things from farmers markets, or just researching around me, see where people deliver, see where people have farm stores that I can go to. If you have the access and the capability to be thoughtful about your protein choice, I really think it's worth it. Okay, so our chicken is just going right into our salad bowl. For some veggies, I am just using some thawed peas and green beans. So about 1/3 of a cup to 1/2 a cup of each, and those are going right into our bowl. We need our pesto. I'm going for quick, easy, and simple. So I am going to use a prepared pesto. The brand of pesto that I'm using. Here's the ingredient list. I try to find something without preservatives and a bunch of other additives. You can make your own if you're feeling fancy, or if you have a bunch of basil growing and you just want to make your own pesto, if you have a favorite recipe that you really like, if you need to make your pesto nut-free, or if you need to make your pesto dairy-free, of course you can do that. About 1/3 of a cup, and I am just going to eyeball it. And just to brighten up the salad, brighten up the chicken, brighten up the veggies, and kind of bring everything together, I love to add 1/2 of a lemon juiced. Now, we just toss it all together. That was it. Let's give this a taste test. I'm gonna get a fork. Much better. All right, here we go. No funky taste to the noodles at all. I mean, it just tastes like a regular noodle salad. 2 thumbs up. I Love these noodles. I love these two recipes. So some optional add-ins or garnishes would be things like grated Parmesan cheese. Sometimes I like to do some goat cheese in with it. Sometimes I'll also use chickpeas instead of chicken to make it vegetarian. You can also add in some toasted pine nuts or toasted pumpkin seeds, or like some red color. You could add in some halved grape tomatoes or even some sun-dried tomatoes. You cannot go wrong as long as you're using ingredients that you love. So that is my pesto chicken noodle salad, done and ready to eat. Check the description down below for the full written out recipes, as well as links to the recipes so that you can pin them for later. Please comment and let me know if you go and try the Shirataki noodle method for getting rid of the taste and the smell. Come back and let me know if it worked. I'll leave a link below to my Amazon shop, which has all my favorite food brands that you can order online, including my favorite Shirataki noodles. Like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and tick the bell so that you get notifications for when I upload a new video. I will see you soon for another one. Bye.